Granit Xhaka now out for the foreseeable future, the young Belgian might expect to play even more games. And in fairness to him, he seems to be rising to the challenge. Lockinga did battle in the middle of the park with a strong Brighton midfield and arguably outshone Thomas Partey. His manager, Mikel Arteta, concurred and commented that he thought Lockinga delivered his best Gunners display yet. I think he did really well. I think he had one of the best performances from the players on the pitch. He shows a lot of character and all the time good positions, Arteta told Arsenal's official site. I think his defensive work and understanding is getting better. It was a really difficult game because it was all the time 1v1 duels all over the pitch, and it's not the game that really suits him the most, but I think under the circumstances, he did really well. The midfielder certainly looks a fine piece of business by the Gunners, and Edu and Arteta can be delighted with their signing. Strong, quick in the tackle, but good on the ball as well. You could even draw comparisons with Brighton star Yves Bissouma, who the Gunners courted all summer. Lockinga will prove a great deal for Arsenal. These games will help him, and even if Xhaka does come back in to replace him, everyone will benefit from this run of games he's getting. Takehiro Tomiyasu makes vow to Arsenal fans after Brighton draw. Takehiro Tomiyasu has vowed to continue to get better for Arsenal after his fourth Premier League appearance of the season ended in a goalless draw at Brighton. The 22-year-old, who joined the Gunners from Serie A side Bologna in the summer transfer window, played the full 90 minutes during the stalemate on the south coast on Saturday night as Arsenal's winning run in the Premier League came to an end. Tomiyasu earned lots of praise for his performance for the Gunners when they claimed a 3-1 victory over Tottenham Hotspur in the North London derby last month, and he has started the Gunners' last 4 games on the trot in the top flight. The versatile defender admitted that both Arsenal and himself still have plenty of room for improvement after their stalemate at the Amex on Saturday. Speaking in an interview quoted by Football 365, Tomiyasu said, "It's always difficult to play after a game against Tottenham, but I think we had to be more aggressive. It was not enough for us. We have to think positively about 1 point because we couldn't play our game. They controlled most of the time. But I think the atmosphere in the changing room is good because we took 10 points in the 4 games. We don't have to be negative, we just focus on the next game after the international week." Tomiyasu is yet to lose a game as an Arsenal player after he made his debut for the Gunners in the 1-0 victory over Norwich City back in September. "I don't know about the first 3 games because I was not here," he said. "I played only 4 games, but every game makes me develop, so I need to keep on going like this. I have to be better. I have to show my value also during training, otherwise I can't play the games. I have to push myself every day." Arsenal fans react to Konstantinos Mavropanos' goal. A number of Arsenal fans have taken to Twitter to comment on Konstantinos Mavropanos after the Gunners' Loney scored a stunning goal for Stuttgart on Saturday. Stuttgart have not made the best start to the Bundesliga campaign when it comes to keeping the ball out of their own net. Only 3 sides have conceded more so far. But Mavropanos appears to be making up for their frailties at the back with his contributions at the other end of the pitch. The Greece international has now scored 3 goals in all competitions, with the latest coming this weekend in the 3-1 victory over Hoffenheim. And it was a stunner. The defender collected the ball on the right flank around the halfway line. He proceeded to run all the way through before cutting inside and producing a composed finish to put the home side 2-0 up. It does appear that Mavropanos may have already made his final appearance for the Gunners. Stuttgart have the option to make his loan move permanent for just £3 million. And on current form, it is hard to see the German side not making sure that he stays. For some Arsenal fans, losing Mavropanos is going to be difficult to stomach. They believe that the 23-year-old would be able to contribute if he was a part of Mikel Arteta's plans at the Emirates. His goal has highlighted the quality he possesses with the ball at his feet. And while he is not yet the finished article defensively, it does seem that plenty of supporters feel that letting him leave permanently would be a mistake. Aaron Ramsdale reacts to his display in Arsenal draw versus Brighton. Aaron Ramsdale has told Sky Sports that he wants to tidy his performances up, claiming that his kicking was not great as Arsenal drew with Brighton on Saturday. Mikel Arteta's men go into the international break off the back of a run of 4 games without defeat. Of course, that spell includes 3 victories. But their latest result was a little more underwhelming. They drew 0-0 with Brighton and were arguably second best for much of the game. Ramsdale was one of those who seemed to do well. He was not given too much to do with neither side looking particularly dangerous in front of goal. But he did produce one crucial intervention late on, scooping the ball away before it fell into the path of Neal Maupay a couple of yards out. Plenty of Arsenal fans were left raving about that moment. Nevertheless, Ramsdale felt that he should have been better following the game. Hopefully now I can just tidy myself up performance-wise, he told Sky Sports. I think my kicking today was not great, below par. And if I can tidy that up, I can really tie my game together and be happy every time after the game with my performance. Ramsdale did make an error in the first half that almost proved costly. But he has certainly been a positive during this very good run. He still needs to face a tougher test. Clean sheets against Norwich, Burnley and Brighton may not guarantee his number 1 spot ahead of Bernd Leno. But he has pretty much stood up to everything thrown at him. A lot of Arsenal fans appear to have changed their mind about Ramsdale in the early stages of his spell. And they will love the fact that he believes that he can play better. Former Arsenal midfielder Wilshere full of praise for Smith Rowe and Saka. Former Arsenal midfielder Jack Wilshere admits Emile Smith Rowe has impressed him. Wilshere also reserved special praise for his fellow youngster Bukayo Saka. He's a player that I really like, Wilshere told Sky Sports of Smith Rowe. He came into the team really last year and sort of made the position his, but I think this season, even in the bad results, he was the one player, the one shining light. He carries the ball so well in that transition from defense to attack. He is crucial to how this team wants to play. Wilshere believes Saka has strong claims to be Arsenal's best player this season, although Smith Rowe is also right up there. Especially this season, last season was sort of like his breakthrough season and at times he gave the ball away as all young players do, added Wilshere on Smith Rowe. But he had a great season last season. But this season, the consistency, at such a young age to be Arsenal's, for me either him or Saka, probably him the best player this season so far is credit to him. Arsenal shortlist one of Europe's hottest prospects ahead of potential 2022 swoop. Arsenal have reportedly earmarked Lille sensation Jonathan David as a potential replacement for Alexandre Lacazette. Arsenal, nicknamed the Gunners, are in pretty dire need of some firepower. Their rather toothless 0-0 draw away to Brighton was testament to that. As is reported by Transfermarkt, Alexandre Lacazette is also out of contract in the summer of 2022, which would further shorten their ammunition reserves. Fear not though, Arsenal fans, for the club are thought to be considering who they could bring in to serve as a replacement or even a potential upgrade on the Frenchman. According to Todo Fichajes, one man who has been shortlisted is Lille and Canada forward Jonathan David, who already threatens to be one of this season's biggest stories. David, who is only 21 years old, has been lighting up French football this campaign to date, netting 6 times in 9 league appearances. The report by Todo Fichajes claims that Arsenal have sat up and noticed David's meteoric rise to footballing stardom, with Mikel Arteta's men plotting a move in 2022. Arsenal have a history of purchasing promising players from Lille, having drafted in Nicolas Pepe for what the BBC reported to be a £72 million fee back in 2019. Pepe has fallen short of expectations in the Premier League, so Arsenal will want to make sure that David is not just another flash in the pan talent. Man City could be set to rival Arsenal for potential €80 million transfer. Manchester City could reportedly be set to rival Arsenal for the transfer of Fiorentina striker Dusan Vlahovic. According to Todo Fichajes, Pep Guardiola's side could turn to the exciting young Serbia international as an alternative to Tottenham front man Harry Kane. Todo Fichajes suggest that Vlahovic would likely cost around €80 million and could be a target for City in January.